Wait for the more participants. Azhar ji. Azhar ji. Azhar ji. Do we start or wait for some more participants to join?
We will start now.
To ask Dr. Geeta Challa whether we can start.
Geeta ma'am. Good evening, Geeta ma'am. Do we start or wait for some more participants to join?
Geeta ma'am is not available. I think we can start. Geeta ma'am has not joined.
Call her. We'll wait till 6:05 probably.
Okay. Let some more people join.
Yeah. I guess we can start, ma'am. Geeta ma'am is still not joining.
I'll start. Okay. Good evening, everyone. A very, very warm welcome to everyone. It is on the occasion of, that is to celebrate the 111th International Women's Day. We are have come up to present this psychology of weight management, and we'll be talking about premenstrual dysphoric disorder. And before that, I'll be introducing you about the Manojagriti NGO. So I just want to say a few words about it. Manojagriti is a non-profit organization, and it is established with a vision to help and mental health issues, the people with the mental health issues, and to spread the mental health awareness. And it has, which will continue to towards contributing towards the building up of the nation and bright future for everyone. So, Mazharji, can you just play the video?
Yes, ma'am. Are you able to see the video, ma'am?
Yeah.
Will I go for the second video, ma'am? Ma'am, you're on mute.
Yeah, please play the another video, Mazharji, where we will be showing more of what Manoj Jagriti has been doing, the programs being conducted in the schools, colleges, and various corporate setups. And it also works in and like in tie-up with the various this thing, she teams, police department. It has special tie-up and also works with the Bharosa Counseling Center, etc. Please play the other video. Mazharji, can you play the another one that is Sudisha Counseling Center's video, where we will be taking you through like Sudisha Counseling Center's setup, which is which is also registered in like it offers various certificate courses for the counselors for schools and for the transformational others some transformational courses for the clinical setting. So,
Yeah,
please,
sure.
yeah, please. As you can see that it is situated in Kondapur. Very, very welcoming section.
No, your voice is very low. Geeta Challa ma'am, the founder and director at Sudisha Council. Relaxation therapy place where relaxation is given, then art corner, art therapy corner. There are emotional Saburi counseling cabin, Geeta Challa ma'am's. Very beautifully set up. Counseling. There are various rooms for the counseling. Small kitchen. Definitely a place for bliss.
Geeta madam is going to join in 2 minutes, ma'am. I'll let this play like this.
Hmm. Then we start the introduction.
We'll just wait for Dr. Geeta to join us.
Yeah. Mazhar ji, do we start? Geeta ma'am, do we start?
Oh, Geeta ma'am is not joining.
Do we start it?
Yes, we can start.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. So we will be starting with the. Can you bring that slide, Mazhar ji? Yes. Now, again, I want to welcome everyone. We are starting with the introduction of all my co-counselors also. I'm Seema Adwal, counseling psychologist and a trainee student at Sahaya, Manojagriti, and in the 6 months diploma course in counseling. And over to Mazhar. Please.
I am Mazhar. I am also a student trainee in Sahaya diploma program, Manojagriti. It is the 6 months diploma program for basic counseling skills. Over to Dr. Suma.
I'm Dr. Suma Lispanika, a dental surgeon and a trainee student from the 6-month Sahaya course under the mentorship of Dr. Geeta Chala. Thank you, Dr. Geeta Chala. And we now welcome Dr. Geeta Chala to say a few words. Thank you.
Yeah. Hi, all of you. Good evening. Namaskaram. And myself, Dr. Geeta Challa. And these are my dynamic counselors today. So on this eve of International Women's Day, we are conducting series of 4 webinars. So first one already over yesterday. And today we are coming up with the second webinar. And we'll be conducting 2 more. And yesterday was a successful one. And today we are wishing that we'll be, making this or promising you that this will be a successful webinar for your presence. And I would like to, say a few things about my students, because Geeta Challa will come at the end of the session, and I'll definitely take your questions and I'll answer. But today's speakers would be, you have Dr. Suma, by profession, who is a dentist, but she's also a psychologist and a counselor. We started our journey long back, and it's still continuing, and I wish it will continue. All the best, Suma. I know, she's very knowledgeable and oratory speaker, so you will love to listen to her. Now I have Seema Agarwal, very enthusiastic lady, and very curious and very dynamic. And I saw her, dynamism in the class. She's the active student in the class, and very quick learner, and she goes beyond the required knowledge. She's like, I should say, thirsty. I can see the thirst for knowledge in her. So very rarely we see that sort of students, and it gives me energy when I talk to Seema. So all the best, Seema. And she's a very good speaker, and she's a very good poet also. She writes. I don't know whether she'll be reading something for you. That poem is there now, which you read for us. You can definitely read for them. The शायरी आपने सुनाया हमको, सुना सकते आप. That we love to listen to you. And now I have my friend, dynamic one more counselor, who is Mr. Mazhar. And with Mazhar, it's not this 1 or 2 months of relationship or 6 months relationship. Again, we are almost family friends, and we are known to each other since long time. And I really respect him for his sincerity, dedication for the cause. Whenever it is required, he is there. Not only he, we have his family with us. So thank you, Mazhar, for being with us. And I look forward to have you with Manojagriti for a long time and forever, if you say.
Thank you so much.
So all the best, 3 of you. And I don't want to come in between you people and the listeners. And I'll be there always. Please go ahead with your webinar. And it's a very important topic. I don't want to talk about the topic because they will introduce the topic. So I'm just shutting my mouth and listening to you, you people as a listener. Over to you.
Thank you so much.
Mazhar, let's start with the agenda. Yeah, the agenda for today would be like this. We have a small mindful activity before we start, go to the topic. After that, we follow it with the topic, the first main topic, that's psychology of weight management, the myths and facts. You must have already heard a lot about this, about weight management, but not as much about the psychology. So today we would be introducing that, where we talk about myths and facts. We'll have a small role play just to see how we could support somebody. The next one is we have a few interactive activities, and I hope you will be active in it because we have planned quite a few activities. The take-home points would be a few tips for better weight management. The next topic would be more about an awareness about premenstrual dysphoric disorder. This is a very important topic because almost 8% of the women who are in that age of from menarche to menopause suffer this silently. So here there's a definition, and then we explore the causes, symptoms, and management. And these two topics are quite related. Finally, we would have a question and answer session with Dr. Geeta Challa. Let's move. Is everybody ready for the activity? For a small little activity on mindfulness?
Ma'am, Suma ma'am, you are on mute.
Yeah. Let's start with this activity. Before that, just a gentle reminder of having a pencil, a pen, and some blank papers so that we continue with the activity, and a glass of water if you'd like to keep it beside you. Let's start. Let's close our eyes, and I would join you with it. Let's close our eyes and just breathe. Focus on your breathing. Observe your breath. Am I breathing easy? Or there is some kind of discomfort when I'm breathing? Follow my voice. Let's start. Breathe in, breathe out, gently. You can follow your pace of breathing. You can choose to keep your eyes open in case you are uncomfortable closing it. Inhale. Exhale. Tell your body, relax, relax, relax. Continue with your breathing. At least 5 or 6 times. Focus on your breathing. And if there are any thoughts coming, don't run after the thought. Just bring your focus on your breathing. While you are breathing, think of a situation. How would you see yourself 5 years later? How would I picturize myself 5 years later? Continue to breathe. Now, gently rub your palms. Slowly, if you're wearing on your glasses, take it off. Continue to rub it and place it on your eyelids. Feel the warmth. Gently, with a smile, Open your eyes. Look at your palm. And gently open your eyes. Look around. Do you feel relaxed? Let's go to the next activity. As a continuation of this, next slide. Quickly write down the first 3 words that came to your mind when you think of the word wait. I give you probably not too much time, just 15 or 20 seconds. I repeat, write down the first 3 words that came to your mind when you think of the word wait. Have you finished? I would like to see the participants if there was anybody who's finished it. Thank God. Okay. That Sabrina says, oh my God, no proper diet. I need to reduce. Let's go to the next. We'll come back to this again. Draw a picture that comes to your mind when you hear the word wait or any of the words associated with it. What you have written just now, the words, draw a picture of the word that comes to your mind about the word wait. You don't need to be a good artist. It can be any diagram, any shape that you associate. Excellent. Gayatri says, I want to become thin, a good diet. Health, weight loss, and chubby, somebody, Reshma says. Okay. On your screens, can you just show it to me? What you have written? Or what you have drawn? Okay. Uma Chitra says diet, fat, and food. Okay. I draw a dumbbell. Be fit, thin, and eat good food is what Usha says to everyone. Hemlata says disease-free life without healthful weight loss. Can somebody show me a diagram? I do a dumbbell. I don't know if you can see it. I associate it with it. What does anybody else associate? Somebody to see?
There is an option of a raise hand. If you raise hand, I'll unmute you.
Raise your hand. Maza, just go off this. We'll see the thing without the... Let's move on if not, if there's nobody.
Yeah.
Okay. Rupa says dumbbell. Okay, she associates it with the dumbbell. Do you have something to say, Rupa? Do you have something to say?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. I'd want
Yes.
a quick from you.
Yes. So I associate this with a dumbbell because I like to work out and I like to eat healthy.
Okay. All right. Is there somebody else or we move on? Yeah, Rupa, that was really great. Thank you so much. So let's move on to the next thing if there is nobody else. Move on to the next slide, please. Yeah. Today, there was this article in the newspaper as a main headline in the Times of India saying over 50% of the world population will be overweight by the year 35. And this sounds alarming. What can the problem be? Is it only related to a diet and exercise, or there is something more to it? We move on to the next diagram or the next slide to show us what exactly could be the issue here. Mazhar, next slide, please. Yeah. So the picture on the left shows us that we thought that it was only a diet and exercise that really was the issue. But we realized that that was more because of the media that told us that this was the main thing. And because it is a multi-billion dollar industry. And we were made to understand that it was mainly these two issues. But if you look at the diagram on the right, it is a triad or a triangle. There is another third important factor which actually differentiates these two, and it's called the mind or the psychology of the mind. And it takes a larger share than the diet and activity, and it is about how we think about it or how we feel about it, about these two, that could be the diet and activity. So for example, if I said that, move on, Mazar. Yeah. So if you see the picture on the left that says the mind acts like an enemy for those who do not control it. These were words from Bhagavad Gita, and really beautiful words and so true. So the mind is an enemy sometimes, and the mind uses the five senses to do this. So when we look at the five senses, and if you look at probably overweight or, with weight management, it is either somebody is overeating or not eating enough or viewing things in a different way, where there is distortion or the way they look at it. So we will deal with this in depth as we continue this lecture. Stay on, because there are activities that we would like to talk about. And this was just an introduction to the topic. So over to Seema for the next. She'll come up with a video. Please stay tuned.
Please stay tuned. Welcome to the video. Before we play the video, I want to just request you to please watch it intently, so that based on this, we will be having some interactive conversation after the video. So please play the video, Mazharji. Sound.
We can't listen to the sound, Mazar.
Mazar, it's
Yeah, we can replay.
Is there, Mazharji?
Are you able to hear the sound now?
No.
no. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please start it from the beginning.
Go back a little bit,
Yeah,
because
Go back a little bit.
go back a little more.
Little more. So that
Little more. Please watch the video very carefully, because the questions that come after this are going to be related to this.
么不吃啊？
Hey, are you sure you don't want boba? No, I'm fine. Huh. How did you know? I understand where you're coming from because I went through the same thing too.
Yeah. So many of us have watched it, I think, with a lot of keenness and must have noticed various things while watching that and must have felt something and associated with the girl in the video. So I would really like to know if anybody would like to say something about how they associated with the girl somewhere during the video, watching the video. What was the girl like feeling?
Nazar, you can take the slide off so that you can see the participants here.
Yeah, can somebody really tell something about this video? Any feeling while watching the video? Anywhere you associated with the girl? Anywhere you felt how she was behaving? Was it normal?
Mazar, Florence has raised her hand.
Please
Yes,
raise your
Florence.
hands if anybody wants to speak, please.
There's Florence who's raised her hand and we've given her.
Yes, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, good evening. Please
And,
go ahead, please.
And hello to everybody. Yes, I would like to say something. When I was watching video, the first thing that came to my mind is, yes, we feel conscious about our body shape, and more than that, we are, always targeted like you're fat, you're chubby, you occupy too much of place. We keep hearing this, which really hits us hard. So more than wanting to be healthy, I think most of the ones, those especially chubby, I don't want to use the word fat because I'm also heavy on weight. And we keep, even family members use us just like a mascot, a funny mascot, and close friends, even, it's like a punch bag for jokes. And this is one reason why people take it really serious. It's more figure conscious than health conscious.
Very true, very true. You're so right in saying that. More than like health conscious, they are more figure conscious. They will like keep on blindly following something which is not even true for them. Did we see the girl overweight somewhere? Did we really notice? Did we see the girl was overweight or anything? No.
I didn't feel so. I think it is normal. She's not that fat.
Mm-hmm. Anybody wants to speak more?
Yeah, I would like to say something. It was really interesting video. When I was watching, I was, I was remembering about one girl who came to me for a session, who was bullied by the classmates for her overweight. And it's not that she wanted to become thin, it's not that she was a figure conscious or health conscious, but after repeated bullying by the classmates and seniors, then she started feeling conscious, and that turned into the disorder, or that body dysmorphic problem. And then she lost almost the ideal weight also lost, and she becomes so skinny. And later it turned into anxiety, and multiple issues popped up. And she came to me after a lot of damage happened to the child, that girl. So I felt very sorry when I was watching the video. This is happening. It's not about beauty, it's not about health. Actually, this weight consciousness has gone beyond it. So let us understand what is actual weight, what is ideal weight, whether we should be conscious or not. I think we need to listen from you. Good topic. Thank you.
That is where our thoughts, our behaviors are driven by our thought. It goes to that abnormality where we really lose ourselves into the process of just following some weird thought or absurd, some will make some ideal. Like we saw that in the video, she puts that poster on the wall, and every time she's watching, and she's throwing her food into the dustbin, walking, running, she doesn't even realize she will end up without having any energy also. So that is where we need to really understand how psychology is important in the weight management thing, other than the diet and the exercise. Thank you. I think there are some more questions we can really ask ourselves. Mazharji, can you put that slide for some more questions that usually we go through so many times? It is just how do I perceive? Do we really think about it? Anybody wants to say something? What kind of questions pop up into our minds when we think about weight, as Suma ji had earlier talked about, when we were thinking how we associate weight with, what we associate it, how do we perceive ourselves? That is very, very important thing, that how our thinking leads to our behavior further. And we start following something, and either we want to gain weight or we want to lose weight without the knowledge of having any what is good for us. Is it making us happy or not? How is our psychology, our side? And
Uma want to say something.
Chitra wants to say something. Go ahead, Uma.
Please, Uma. Uma, can you speak? She is unable.
Yes, yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Yes, what I wanted to say is young people, they're also very influenced by the peer group. So, they feel accepted when they are like other members of their peer group. So if they are different, even if they are not overweight, but if they are slightly overweight, so they feel pressured to be like everyone else. So that could be one reason. And also the media, for example, our movies, etc., they show the film stars as, except I think there was one where this Bhumi, actress Bhumi, she had portrayed a person who's overweight. But otherwise, the movie stars are shown very slim, in fact, unnaturally slim. So this could also have an influence on the younger people, and that may be a reason why they behave like this.
There are so many.
Not eating healthy.
Yes.
That's true.
That is where the awareness needs to be brought to them.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
The next question.
Yeah.
We'll take questions at the end.
Yeah, more questions. Please note down the questions. We will be taking more questions.
Q&A time.
Answering. Yeah, we can go to the next slide, Mazharji. Now, Mazharji will be telling about the facts related to our topic.
Yeah.
As we go deeper into the topic, he will explain the facts now. Thank you, Mazhar.
Yeah, thank you, Seema and Dr. Suma. As we have already busted the myth, we will go into some set of facts which are on the screen. So first set is about the distortion which we have in our minds. So for that, I need to show you what is body types. This is a photograph of people who are of different body type. If you can see, is it realistic? Think about it. Is it realistic for one person who has a wide frame to become a person with a small frame? No, right? And we have other body types which there are people who gain weight easily. There are people who gain weight very slowly or lose weight very slowly. So those are also types. Okay. So when we are thinking of one body type and we are other body type, then there is a distortion. Distortion is nothing but you are going away from reality. So this thing, right? Real self, ideal self, and perceived self is what we need to talk. It's like what do you see yourself as? Okay. Again, what do you see? Want to become? What do you want to become? And what do you want others to perceive you? So if these three things are matching, then you're happy. If it is not, then you are in distress. So these are some of the this is called distortion, and these are some of the distortions or cognitive distortion. Cognitive is nothing but whichever we have created in our mind, or we can call them as common psychological blocks. So whenever you're thinking should is a cognitive distortion. I should be this much weight, or I should eat this much only. So that should you have to remove, because that is a cognitive distortion. Second one is all or nothing. So this is distortion where, see, suppose when you are going for a diet for 3 or 4 days, and 5th day when you, for some reason, you have stopped, and the 6th day you'll feel right, okay, I am a failure. I have not gone. So I think I will not continue this. So this is the all or nothing attitude. But we need to understand that nothing is black and white. There are gray things. Okay. So the other stuff is the negative body image. Negative body image is nothing but having, as I said, it's a perceived reality. It's a distorted reality. It's not the the real thing. The second set of facts is where obsessions and compulsions come into. Obsession is nothing but we are thinking about it 24/7, and compulsion means, okay, this I will eat today, and this much. As you have seen in the video, that girl has obsession with the model, and the compulsion says that, okay, I will eat, but I'll throw out because I want to finish only these many calories. I will throw up. That is a compulsion, and that leads to eating disorders. I know, as someone in the chat said, anorexia. Anorexia is an eating disorder where thin people also fear to eat. They hardly eat because they don't want to become fat, right? So that these things lead to depression, anxiety, and stress. And again, depression, anxiety, and stress lead to these things again. These things are correlated. So the third set of facts which you need to understand. See, we know 20% of diet thing, 20% of exercise. We know what is cardio, what is weight thing. We know what is the diet. We know different things, but in the psychology, you have to know this, right? See, the third set is neuroplasticity and habit. Habit is nothing but something we do regularly, right? But we also need to know that it has something to do with the brain. In the brain, there is a formation of a neural path. Because of that, you are able to sustain this habit. So if it's a old habit, when you want to come out of this habit, it takes time, it takes efforts. That's when we go to, you know, we go to, like, we do small changes, etc. We try to come out of it. We will learn more about in the further slides actually. And the last one is the happy hormone. Happy hormone and chemicals, which are something which are in our brain, which give you a reward in terms of pleasure. So especially the dopamine one. So I'll show you what dopamine does. Is when you do some action, dopamine is actually related to the physical action. When you are doing something like exercise or something, that action will release the dopamine that will give you pleasure. When you have the pleasure, that your brain identifies it. Okay, when I'm doing this physical action, I am getting pleasure. That is stored in the memory, so that gives you motivation again, and that this cycle goes on, and a habit can be developed. So this is a small thing. We'll work on it more in the further slides. So apart from this, we will do a role play now, where we understand. We try to understand what peers talk about in the gym. Stay tuned for a while. We will come back. 20-30 seconds.
Mazhar spotlight. Thank you.
Mazhar spotlight, please. Hey Suma,
Hi, Seema.
recently I saw you in the other gym few days back. You quit that gym?
Oh, yeah, Seema. I keep joining gyms and, I give up. I don't know why I gave up. I pay 6 months fees. I join, go to a nutritionist, get a diet. And I don't know what I do and why I do this.
Oh,
It's all hurting, I don't like gyms.
yeah,
I just don't like gyms.
I have been noticing that you have earlier also quit 2-3 times the previous gyms, and there should be some reason must be there. What do you think?
Yeah, Seema, I don't like public places, social gatherings.
Why?
I don't know. I keep doing this. I don't know. I keep doing this for what I want to come out of it.
Okay.
I want to come out of it.
Nice. That is nice. Actually, earlier I was also like going through the same kind of feeling. I was hating the gym, didn't want to do that. I was very inconsistent in this gym, very irregular. Sometimes I used to come, sometimes I used to push, sometimes bunking. So that way, but here I met some gym buddy, Mazhar. He told me about so many things. He comes from some psychology background. So he helped me through this thing. Because of him, I think I have become now regular. I have enjoyed it, and it's good for me
You
now.
you have friends? I don't have friends.
Oh,
I don't
why?
have.
Why? Mazhar, hi Mazhar, you're there.
Hi,
We
Seema.
were talking about you. I think she
Oh.
was like, she's a little irregular. She's Suma.
Hi,
Hi,
Seema.
Mazhar.
You joined?
I heard a lot about you. She was saying so many good things about you.
Yeah, man, that's okay. But I overheard you saying that you were leaving 2, 3 gyms and you were coming again. I heard it right, right?
Yes. I
Oh,
keep quitting. I don't like it, hurts a lot. And my physician said that, if you continue like this, you'll have knee issues and you're so young. So that's why I'm back again.
oh, so I also heard you saying that you had fear of social gatherings and all. Is it from
Yeah.
recent past or?
Yeah, during my childhood, I used to be bullied because I was chubby. My family members also making fun of me whenever I used to be the butt of all jokes. So somehow after that, I started withdrawing and I don't like to go out where there are a lot of people.
Oh, you must have felt really terrible. So what we'll do, we are like your friend Seema and I will be there. So you can come regularly. We will do small changes and we'll make sure something will be there for you. We'll figure out something.
You think it's possible? You think I
Yes,
can come out of this issue?
yes. You can come out
Oh,
of the
that
issue.
sounds so good. I really want to get out of it. If you
Yes,
can
but
help.
You will, if you
yes,
will be regular,
we'll
no?
help you.
Right.
But apart from the diet and exercise, you need to work on your confidence also. You need to work on so many things because you had a terrible experience in the childhood. It might have affected your present mental health, mental well-being.
Okay,
Oh,
I
okay.
think I'm done with the workout. Hope I will be seeing you tomorrow, Suma.
Yes, I really want to
And
come.
yeah, we
I'm
go
looking
out together.
forward to it.
We do go out together to have fun after, like, sometimes we achieve to celebrate that, reward ourselves. We have a lot of fun. I think you also can join in later. Okay.
Oh, I
See you.
really want to. I really want to. Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Yeah, thank you, Suma. See you. See
Yeah,
you tomorrow.
see you tomorrow. Bye.
Tomorrow. Yeah. So, did you see this was a very short episode of what one of our participants had expressed, and this was not about a diet or exercise, it was something more, and that was the underlying issue why the person kept joining and then breaking and not being consistent. So it from what we were talking about all through this, these can be issues why somebody is not consistent. So let's see what we have in store. The next thing was we go over to we'll have an activity. So
Yeah.
we'll have an activity from Seema, and it's called the pencil and sharpener activity. And I hope you'll have your pencils, unsharpened pencils, a sharpener. Okay, Seema. Seema, you're on mute.
Yeah. We how we can relate to the pencil, like it is just try to sharpen it. I'm doing that. Please do that. Sharpening. If it is unsharpened, or the ones who have not brought, just think about it. You are sharpening it. Please sharpen the ones who are sharpening. If you are done with the sharpening, show me. Like now it is, how is it? It is useful. And if you sharpen more, what will happen?
It may break.
Oh,
The
okay.
lead may break.
That is where like we have to understand like what is inside of us that has to come out to our to become the ideal self. What is for us, that will make us useful. Like a pencil, we will say that when the lead comes out, it is useful. And if we go beyond the like sharpening it more and more, then it will be like to go to the breaking point. So we have to understand till where we have to just like when we go for a diet, overdoing is also not good, underdoing is also not good. Even the exercise part also, same thing applies. We have to, like Mazharji also talked about the gray area, that it's not all or nothing or black and white. It is a gray area also there in between. So that is where like we have to be like a pencil and understand our own capability and sharpen ourselves until we are to use. Okay, next activity.
We go to the next activity, which Seema will again continue. And it's about how we could solve problem solving.
So here we have to really understand, let us think about what are our short-term goals, mid-term goals, long-term goals. Through that, we will understand how we can really like work on our weight issues or any issue for that matter. But because we are talking about the weight issue in this webinar, so just for example, I will just tell you, like suppose I want to join the track. That is my long-term goal. And before that, but I am still not really going out of the house. It is very unrealistic to think of. If I want to join the track and if I'm not even walking 5 minutes, then it is very unrealistic. To achieve that, we need to break down into short-term goal. Suppose short-term goal can be 5 minutes of walking or 10 minutes of walking. And then mid-term can be like maybe 10 rounds. And long-term can be that joining the track. So that way, I will really request every one of you to think about it and take your paper and write down your short-term, mid-term or long-term goals, if you can. And anybody who can really like talk about it, your short-term goal can be what? Anybody from the audience?
Take the slide off, Mazhar. Let's see who's.
Anybody wants to speak about short-term goals, long-term or mid-term goals?
Regarding this, it could be about weight, it could be about exercise.
Or any other thing also.
Yeah, or any other issue that you would want resolved.
Can you associate? Yeah, please go.
Rupa.
Please unmute yours.
Sabrina wants to talk.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rupa is there. She's speaking. Please speak.
Yeah. So till now I've been going for exercise. I had been going for exercise regularly with my husband, but last few days he has been going for swimming, so I have to go for a walk on my own. So that has been a challenge for me. So now I'm looking at short-term goals, looking at least going in my colony for one round on my own. Then probably midterm goal, go for half an hour walk, and then later on go further outside, and then go continue to do this on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Sabrina, you wanted to.
Yeah.
Sabrina wanted to say something.
Yeah. I just wanted to share, like earlier, I used to set up goals, but somehow find reasons to get away with it, saying, complaining on the others. like because of so and so things, it's not happening. But recently, after joining the course at Sahaya, especially I have my supervisor here, we have undergone the self transformation modules. So I've taken inspiration from there and tried drawing this short term goals. So the goals what I set for myself is first to wake up early was my short term goal. So I used to do nothing, like just wake up and sit there. And secondly, I said, like, let me do something what I like, because I like movement. I just used to switch on the music and just move. And the third, like, then I set up like reducing weight in kilograms. Like first, I had this ambitious thing of cutting away 5 to 6, and I couldn't even look at it. But then I said, like, 1 kg is enough. Let me just try for it. So now, like, I have to say, like, I was waiting for this today's session. It's a success story for me because I have lost 3 kgs of weight in just 3 months.
Oh,
Just doing
that's
this, just doing the short-term goals and being inspired
That's
by beautiful supervisors. So yeah, I'm super excited. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sabrina, for sharing, and Rupa, you too. Thank you. Anybody
Yeah,
else?
I think that was realistic and achievable, isn't it? Yeah, we go on to the next activity. Let's look at another activity. Are you all with us? Would you like to do another activity? It's called the interest cycle. And this interest cycle is again related to habit. And if you remember Mazhar talking about neuroplasticity, so when we have certain habits that are bad or we think are not taking us anywhere, and we realize that I want to change and I want to have a good habit, then we have to learn the new habit, unlearn the other old habits slowly, and then we learn again. Okay? So these are baby steps that we take. For example, there is a word called kaizen, which is a Japanese word that says it's a 2-word thing, which means small changes, small positive changes which are consistent. Okay, so how do we start? See, for example, let's go back to the role play we did, where where Suma was, being inconsistent. So probably you all can do the same thing. I would request you all to draw your circles, and I would want you all to do this activity where we take the first step of, I'm talking about Suma, who was inconsistent. The first step was coming to the gym every day. So Mazhar said that come to the gym every day. So she makes that small step, whether she exercises doesn't matter. Then the next day she comes, probably forces herself a little bit, keeps coming 2-3 days. And once she realizes there are friends, there are other things that are helping her, she starts understanding the basics and she wants to do a little more. And what happens is the performance increases as she keeps doing that regularly. She feels encouraged because of the friends. Now her confidence is up. She's feeling motivated, and now the motivation is from within. Earlier, it was her friends pushing her, and then she's successful with that. And this habit stays once she, as Mazhar was talking about, dopamine release. The dopamine release helps us continue with the habit. And there is memory in the brain and memory in our muscles that helps us go ahead and do what we want to do. So by this time, we have unlearned the old habit, which was not good. And now we become consistent with this new habit. Thus, people go ahead and change their lives. And kaizen is the word, the small changes we make. So can you all just quickly write, if you did this or this activity was given to you, how would you go about? Probably I just give you not much time, maybe a 10-15 second, and you can go back home and do it. But draw these lines and see how you can use it for yourselves. If you want to change a small habit, some habit that you would want to change, you could use this. Little steps over a period become giant leaps over a long period. if we are consistent. Has anyone finished? Anyone feels like talking about it? It doesn't need, at this point, too much of thought. It's just more about a practice. You can go home and try this again.
We had some Jyoti Ranjan wrote in the chat. Do you want to share something, Jyoti Ranjan?
If there is nobody who would want to share, then we'll move on. The next topic would be, we go to the next topic. Before we start, we have an activity. Yeah. We go to the next activity. Yeah. Seema will take over from here.
You're on mute, Seema.
Yeah. Here we can see there are small cards which are made and written and stick here. That is no pain, no gain, or break your comfort zone. Whatever reminder we want to give to ourselves that, which can motivate us through where it is visible, we can note down that small saying, whatever you want to be reminded for yourself, to keep yourself motivated and charged. So you can just make it like small sentences, no pain, no gain, break your comfort zone, or food. If you are not able to really control the food thing, every time you are led to the refrigerator, suppose, then you can write this fuel not therapy under stress or anxiety or anything. So like that, we can keep the reminders where it is visible. So it will stop our, because mind has a very great power. Our body doesn't move to where our mind doesn't tell. Until our mind gives the permission, it will, stop if we say that, no, you are not going to do it. So that way we can do that. Next slide, we will be talking about the tips on that, like how you motivate yourself is like when you are doing some activity to maintain the consistency, if you want to maintain the consistency, suppose. So just when you feel like quitting, it happens when it feels like you are overdoing, or we are missing on something like that. So it happens that we want to quit. Just tell yourself, just a minute. Do it for 5 minutes more, 2 minutes more. Like that, you will develop that habit, how you keep motivated yourself. And you can really connect that activity, whatever you want to really do that, which is little unenjoyable. Suppose food, you want to eat healthy food, which is little tasteless. With that, you can combine some other activity like music, which is very, very soothing or relaxing. You will really forget about, you will get involved into that, enjoy it. And when you combine it with that, it will help you to enjoy that. Okay. And another thing is like when you, small achievements, when you reward yourself, that will be like, as Mazhar ji has talked about, how you feel the pleasure. When you feel the pleasure, you can combine that, then that forms a habit. When you reward yourself, you feel happy. That will be easy to form that habit. And there is another thing is, because every time when we are, thought is a non-stop thing going on in our head. Every time we are telling some things to ourselves. That is, let us keep on, maybe positive self-talk is very much important, that we keep on feeding our minds with the positive thought. Whenever any negative thing comes, it's not like, but we have to be observing, as Sumaji was telling about this in the beginning. Just observe it and don't run behind the thoughts, but think about it. And we can do this also in the journaling, making a diary, where we can really note down our daily habits, positive things. That will slowly, it will come into the habits. That really helps. Every time, every day, if we suppose, say 5 sentences we will write. And there are some other tips. What can you notice there? What is good for us? Eat healthy meals and prioritize sleep and exercise. I think everybody knows about it. How many of you agree that it is healthy to eat healthy meals? And I think everybody knows that. And how many of us do eat in front of the TV, mobile, or while reading a book? Does anybody wants to talk about it? We can see in the picture, like it should be not combined with any other thing. The food, when we are watching in front of the TV, we don't even realize our hunger, kitna hai, how much are we hungry, where to stop. That control we forget, that is left. And there is another thing is like, yeah. So there we need to have some lifestyle changes and all that. And we have talked about the rewarding ourselves and achievable changes. Next, yeah, no pain, no gain. Also, we have spoken about in the pencil and sharpener activity also. Then learn relaxation techniques that I think we will be doing in the next few minutes. We will go about it. Find social support to share your emotions. Where we saw that in the role playing, where Suma had really like so she got the social support, and she, like Seema had got so she came out of that kind of hating the gym and all that through that. Mazhar came in the form of social support to her. Next. Yeah. And when we are busy, we don't feel any less stress. We feel less stress and anxiety. Maintain a diary, as I talked in the previous slide. And when all these don't work, then we should seek help. Whoever can help. It can be a friend, a family friend, or anybody, or maybe a counselor, therapist. That is like, you can decide as per your own situation. Thank you. This is all about the tips. And now
we next move on.
We will, I think we will move on to the, do we do this activity? Everybody is ready with their chocolate?
We'll come back. We are kind of running out of time.
Yes.
Maybe we'll come back if you have the time.
Yeah, please talk about the PM giving. Let us talk about it.
Didipya, she had put her hand up. We give her probably. Who's this? Would you like to speak?
Yes, madam. Good evening, madam. Yes, madam. Sure, madam.
Yes.
Good evening, madam. Myself, I'm Didipya. I'm presently doing MSc Psychology, madam. Presently, first year.
What do you want to say?
Yes, sure, ma'am. Ma'am, it is as I am taking that careful diet and that whatever the diet that have been given, that is it if in case the proper diet or vitamins are not available, that means it is needed to adjust now that certain sort of situations.
You can send your question. I think we will take it later, Deepa.
1 minute. Didipya, can you just probably keep that question? We would like to get back to that question again at the end, but come back with it. Please write it and keep it, and we'll come back just after this session. Okay, Didipya?
Okay, sure, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Back to this question, because we didn't get that question very clear. Please write it down or put it in the chat box, and we definitely will come back at the end of this. After this, the second topic, we have the question and answer session. We'll come back to you. Would that be all right?
Important topic. Please, let's not miss it. Everybody, please pay attention, because this is very, very important for every woman, every girl.
Okay. Can we go to the topic? And I like to see the slide. I can't see. Can you just move this a little bit? Yeah. Our next topic is premenstrual dysphoric disorder. This topic is very important because almost 8% of the women in that menarche, that is from menarche to menopause, go through this. And they really suffer a lot silently, as I mentioned earlier too. They have issues with behavioral, there are a lot of behavioral symptoms and also physical. So the definition is, it is a severe form of PMS. You must have heard about PMS, that is premenstrual syndrome, which is not so severe as this premenstrual dysphoric disorder. It involves behavioral symptoms and usually resolve with the onset of menstruation. As the picture suggests, there are a lot of issues. There is low energy, there can be appetite changes, there is pain, brain fog, there's anxiety or depression, and mood changes. So, Mazhar, go to the next slide. As I said, 8% of women in childbearing age go through this, affecting their daily functioning and relationships. So that is the reason we need to talk about it. Please spread this message to as many people so that they can get it addressed at the initial stages before it becomes very severe. Go to the next slide, please. Yeah, we need to understand from this picture, it says that it is cyclic. Generally, the symptoms get resolved once a person is having their menstruation. It comes down, it subsides from the 8th to the 14th day. It again picks up from the 15th to 21st day. That is the symptoms we are talking about. And it increases by the 22nd to 28th day. And this is the time when they really suffer. Again, it goes back where they have. So this whole cycle, it's a cyclic thing. When do we say it is a disorder? Is at least 2 or 3 times this should have happened. And what would be the causes? What the causes were, let's explore it. It could be that, there is, it's not very clear what the causes could be, but it could be that there were some hormonal changes during the menstrual cycle, then that can affect the mood regulation. It could be related, it has a genetic thing. Please come to the other slide. Mazhar? Yeah, these can be the causes. It can be, they have people who have a genetic predisposition, history of mood disorders already existing, habits like smoking. Then there could be an increased inflammation during that luteal phase. There are different phases during the menstrual cycle. So if there is inflammation there, stress is another important factor, and progesterone, estrogen fluctuation. So there is a lot of hormonal imbalance during this. So these could be the causes. If there are people in this group having something like this, please get it addressed. Let's go to the symptoms, Mazhar. Yeah, so if you see, how would we put this PMDD? We'll just call it as PMDD because it's very long. It could be considered as a disorder if there can be at least 5 symptoms are a necessity for it to be diagnosed as PMDD. Some of the symptoms can be bloating, headache, breast tenderness, and many more. That is, as I mentioned before, behavioral changes would be there. There could be more mood disorders. It has to be differentiated from other depression, underlying medical issues, and so many other issues. It has to be differentiated to be considered PMDD. So the difference between PMDD and PMS is treatable once the menstrual cycle is over, the person recovers and they are all right. And it may last for a few days, but this disorder lasts for much longer. And there are severe behavioral changes. It can lead to future mood disorders, or it could lead to depression. So hence it needs to be addressed in the right way. what could be the treatment could be, as we had given tips before, lifestyle changes. We may have to look into the nutritional aspects. Also, supplements may be required. But the important thing is this disorder may require medication and psychotherapy many a times. So that is the reason it's important. If it can be reduced or prevented, we need to work towards it by bringing in awareness. Let's move on to the last. Let's conclude with a video which is thought-provoking. Let's watch the video and let's see what it says.
Don't
Listen
Is
to
audio
the
coming?
tags.
Audio is coming, ma'am?
Pardon? No.
train to lose weight. Don't train to lose weight. Don't
Is the audio coming, ma'am?
Not very clear, but it's coming. Yeah.
Yeah, you can start.
train to lose weight. Don't train for a six-pack. Don't train for a big booty. Don't train for a pumped chest. Train to play with your kids when you're older. Train to pick up your groceries comfortably. Train to walk up the stairs by yourself. Train for good posture. Train to prevent injuries. Train to manage your anxiety. Train to walk without a cane when you're older. Train to sit and stand up without anyone's help. Train to be independent for as long as possible. Train for the bigger picture, the real goal. And if you do, aesthetics will follow. Don't train to lose weight. Don't.
Thank you so much for a patient hearing. And you'll have been an interactive audience. Over to Dr. Geeta Challa for the Q&A. Ma'am, there was a lady who wanted to ask a question.
Yes.
Please take the question because we want you to finish this and then go on to the Q&A with you. Thank you, ma'am, for coming over.
Right. So before I take questions, I thought I would give my thoughts about weight. Bear with me because I thought this is really interesting topic and really important topic also, and urgent topic nowadays because we are really running around this, and it become there was a time when stress become a very fashionable word. I am stressed. And nowadays I listen more of people talking about losing weight. I want to lose my weight. So this become a very frequently heard phrase. So first, according to me, maybe I don't know. According to me, I think to reduce weight or to increase weight management is not only reducing weight; it can be increasing weight also for some people, or for some people it is only maintaining the weight at the optimal level. So first question which we should ask ourselves should be, or maybe why I should wait, why I should gain weight, or why I should lose my weight. There should be a very solid reason. As you know, the last video really eye-opening. There should be a realistic reason why you want to lose weight. I heard a lady who said, one relative or friend of mine, she says, Geeta, I want to lose my weight. Then I said, yeah, it's good. But then why? I want to wear Gagra Chole in my, son's reception. See? Yeah, it's good. Maybe it's good reason, but according to your video, it's not for health. It's for more for, looks and stuff. But definitely it's okay if someone have that, strong desire for something and then lose weight, but it should not be abnormal. And she's very, very heavy and she wanted to wear something. Because of that, she wanted to lose weight, and she went into what? She gets into crash methods to lose weight. So that's what I'm trying to say. Why the reason should be very realistic and very strong. And some people think that eating is automatic. I woke up in the night and I just went to the fridge and I saw an ice cream. I just had it. It's not just had it. There are so many, steps before that. If you sit with me, I think I can write 50 to 60 steps before you eat an ice cream from getting from the bed. Right or wrong? So it takes a longer time for me to, explain you what steps are, but I think you understand. It's not that. There are so many other things behind you getting up from the bed, going to the fridge and thinking about the ice cream and taking the ice cream. And then I'm thinking about the, eating it or not, then opening it. After that also, there will be definitely thoughts will come. Then you eat the ice cream. Before eating also, there will be thoughts. So it's not automatic. Please understand, eating is not automatic. And nowadays, bacha bolte na mama, I was like little boring. It was boring. And then I ordered Swiggy, aa gaya, maine kha liya. See? So it's not automatic. And many a times we relate eating with emotions. I was feeling low, I ate. I was stressed, I ate. I was angry on my husband, so I ate. And for every emotion you want eating only. Don't you think there are so many other ways of, coping up with your emotions? There are hundreds of methods, but we associate emotions with eating and we start, getting into eating pattern. And the one more, connection we made is socialization. We should eat if we want to socialize. And many times, people just get together, they eat and they dispatch. Nothing else can be done. Only eating can be done together. So think there are so many other things which you can do when you want to socialize with your friends or relatives. So eating is not the only way. And as I said, boring. Bore kodta undandi. I was feeling bored, so I ate. Bore kodta. And I have one of my sister, she says, when I feel bored, I have tea. How many times? 15 to 16 times. Or across the day, like bore kodta tea daughter. Bore kodta tea daughter. So it's not boring, doesn't mean you need to have some tea. So these are the associations we make. And one of my, I don't know, some professor. So he used to say that if you want to, can you close the door, sir, please? This door. So he used to say that if you want to understand healthy habits, if you want to develop healthy habits, if you want to become fit, if you want to, get into that healthy lifestyle, you should visit 2 places. Geeta, go and visit 2 places. मैंने सोचा VLCC को भेजेंगे वो, or some place he will send me. But finally he said, please go to ICU. Visit a big hospital and go and visit ICU first. And second thing he says, graveyard. Graveyard ko jaake ek baar dekh ke aao. These are the 2 places you visit. Automatically you will become, your style will change. Your pattern of, your days, the way you spend time, the way you eat, the way you do things automatically will change. See, there is a lot of meaning behind it. Lot of meaning. One day I was somewhere and I came back. There was a message that my mother is in ICU. I went, and that was a very big hospital. And inside the ICU, there is another, there is a special ICU where my mother was kept. Only one room. She was alone in the hospital, in that ICU. And my mom is like, very, very independent, very active, dynamic lady. And she was inside the ICU, inside the, that, and she was alone, just sleeping in the bed. I went inside and I just spoke to my mom. And my mom said one thing. Beta, now I understand that nothing comes to you into ICS. Nobody will come into, nobody stay with you when you are in ICU. You need to bear it. So today I will bear it. And because my mom knows that I'm very busy, and I generally, this is again a reason. I tell myself that I'm busy and I skip my walking, I skip my few things. So she said that. So nobody will come with us. So when we are healthy, we don't know the value of these things. When we are fine, we don't know the value of these webinars also. When something happens, then you understand, and that's too late. That's too late. So let's understand it's urgent and important to develop healthy habits. It's urgent and important to get into a good lifestyle. And it's urgent and important to have a healthy food. We cannot, say no to this. And let us understand difference between 3 words. Let's all understand difference between 3 words. Hunger, desire, craving. We don't understand the difference. We mix these 3 together. Hunger, desire, craving. So sometimes we crave for food, there is no hunger. Sometimes we have desire for food, but we don't have hunger. Only sometimes we have hunger. It's very rarely. I think in 100, 20% of the times you eat, with hunger. Other, most of the times it's desire or craving for food. So please understand, your stomach is not asking, you are giving it. Your stomach is not asking, we are giving it. Unnecessarily, we are pushing it. So, many times we get into this cycle where we have good habits, good food habits, running, exercise, everything we have, we start. Then we stop. Then we stop. When we stop, we feel guilt. And after feeling guilt, you just give lot of break. You again don't get into the actual cycle, the starting point. So what I'm trying to say, this is the last sentence. Please, this, healthy lifestyle, adopting to healthy lifestyle is not easy. It's not pleasurable. And it needs a lot of pain, as someone showed, pencil ka. So if you stop these things, please don't get into guilt trap. We get into guilt trap. And that guilt will, actually subside you, that suppress you, and it will not allow you to start again. Because the thought will tell you, Are oksa start now, gada. You started and you stopped. So that again, low self-esteem, low confidence, feeling, having self-doubt. Many things comes up after your guilt. So better you tell yourself, it's okay to stop. It's okay to relapse. Let me get back. ఆగిపోతే పర్వాలేదు, నేను మళ్ళీ మొదలు పెడతాను. That should be the spirit in healthy habits. It can be diet, it can be, exercise, it can be any other habits. So let's not stop after stopping. I repeat, let's not stop after stopping. Let's start after stopping. Very simple. Thank you so much. And I should share a good news with all of you. I started, yoga classes in the early morning, 6 to 7, I'm religiously started, and I will continue. Thank you so much. Over to, Suma for questions and Seema for questions. Please, Mazhar for questions. Please coordinate. If any question, I'm fine to answer. Thank you for that.
Ma'am, we are proud that you started your yoga again.
You're already a very, very big inspiration to all of us.
So any questions, Andy, from the group? So it was a very good, webinar with lots of information, overloaded information, according to me.
Ma'am, there was a person, Deen Dayal. I do not know, is she here? Kindly.
Dedipya was there with a question.
Raise your hand, and did she put a question? I don't know. I said we would take that question.
Yes,
Dedipya was giving some question.
Dedipya, is she here?
Sure, ma'am. I have posed a question in chat box also. Sure,
Telugulo cheppu nenu maatladtanu. I'll talk to you.
Sure, madam. It's better to talk in Telugu.
Matladu.
Madam,
it doesn't matter. Whichever language you're comfortable.
Okay, sure, madam. ఒకవేళ నేను అమెరికాలో ఉన్నాను, ఒకవేళ ఐఎమ్ ఇన్ అమెరికా, I should be adjustable to the food, whatever the food I need to wear, because all the ingredients are not available. Like the vegetables that we are eating, spinach kavachu, leda edana food habits that are available. But we need to adjust that pizza or burger or available. Do we need to adjust? Because in India I have not been addicted to pizza or burger.
అక్కడ పోయి తినాల్సి వస్తుంది.
I need to adjust to the situation, right?
What is your
And
question, Dedipya? మీ question ఏంటి ఇక్కడ?
does it produces positive dopamines or not? That's my doubt, sir, madam.
అచ్చా,
If I
ఇష్టం
eat
లేకుండా
food,
తింటున్నారా? ఇష్టం లేకుండా తింటున్నానని చెప్తున్నారా?
అంటే అంత ఇష్టంగా తినలేము అని నా అభిప్రాయం మేడం. ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ దాకంట నేను ఇష్టంగా తింటూ వచ్చిందాన్ని, అక్కడికి వెళ్ళినాక పిజ్జా బర్గర్ అంటే అంత ఇష్టంగా ఉండదు. అండ్ డస్ ఇట్ ప్రొడ్యూసెస్ ఎనీ పాజిటివ్ డోపమైన్ ఆర్ నాట్? దట్స్ మై డౌట్.
సో ఇక్కడ చిన్న పాయింట్ చెప్తాను. అంటే నాకు తెలిసిన మా యునో అకార్డింగ్ టు మీ అక్కడ మన ఫుడ్ కూడా అంత అవైలబుల్ ఉంటుంది, కానీ మీరు యు నీడ్ టు కుక్ ఫర్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ అండ్ ఈట్ అని నాకు తెలుసు. సో మేబీ ఇట్ టేక్ సమ్ మోర్ టైమ్ ఫర్ యూ టు అడ్జస్ట్. ఎన్ని రోజులు అయింది మీరు వెళ్ళి?
ఇంకా వెళ్ళలేదు మరి. సపోజ్ ఒకవేళ వెళ్తే అంటున్నారు.
ఇంకా వెళ్ళలేదా? Don't worry, I think you have all the facilities to cook your food there. Indian foods are available, dosa, idli, everything is available because I have a handful of people there, so it's available. Don't worry, Dedipya. Our food is available in America. Okay, don't try to get used to pizza before you go.
Okay, sure, madam.
Right. Apurva, you want to ask something, Dr. Apurva? I see you waiting.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Hi. So it was a very nice session. I'm also a dentist and I'm pursuing a master's in psychology, and really working towards already taking lectures for few things, and it was very useful for me. I have also gone through this journey of weight losing after my pregnancy. Because every time people they just look at you and they comment, oh, you were so thin before and now you have gained a lot of weight. Like after pregnancy, that postpartum phase was really difficult. So I did that crash diet. So now I'm fine. I have maintained my weight for last 2 years, but I've still noticed that when I'm too stressed, I'm not eating. That's the thing. Like when I'm stressed, I feel like not eating anything. So sometimes it happens that I'm like doing household work, I'm working, and then I'm studying also. So if it's a lot of stress,
You're avoiding food?
What should I do about it, or is it all right?
You're avoiding eating when you're stressed?
Yes, I'm avoiding. Like I'm totally not eating anything. I'm just having water.
So, is it because you don't want to eat? Do you have fear of gaining weight?
Now I don't have that. Like I don't eat. I balance my diet. Like I eat, but I don't eat all those junks and all. I keep eating. Like I have lowered the sugar and all.
My question again, Dr. Apurva. Do you have fear of gaining weight?
A little bit. Yeah, a little.
If yes, we need to work on it. It's an anxiety. It's an anxiety. We can.
So,
we need
because
to
I'm
just
always
get
in
it.
that.
बोलिए.
Yeah, I'm always in that phase of कि weight बढ़ नहीं जाए वापस.
हाँ.
Because I've
always
lost
having that on toes. Okay. So उसको हम we need to work on your anxiety first than the weight. Before working on your weight management, we need to work on your anxiety of getting back.
Getting the weight back.
That is there. I can see that. So उसके ऊपर काम करना, otherwise it may turn into a different level of problem.
Ma'am, there is somebody saying that, ma'am.
Yes, Apurva, मिलेंगे कभी? Message कर देना.
Sure, ma'am. I stay nearby and I definitely want to meet.
Please walk in. Please come.
Yeah,
thank you, Apurva.
We can have a coffee and then discuss.
Ma'am, there is one somebody saying that, ma'am, sometimes we eat for the sake of not wasting it. Overcome this.
मेरे को बोलना था ये, मैंने भूल गया. Who is that lady, grand lady? Whoever it is. मेरे को एक ही बात बोलना है आपको. Your stomach is not dustbin, बेटा.
Yes.
your stomach is not dustbin. हाँ, कुछ waste को क्या करते हैं हम? डस्टबिन में डालते हैं ना waste को. But you are putting in your stomach. So please don't make your stomach as dustbin. अगर waste हो रहा तो किसी को दे देना.
Ma'am,
you give it to someone, but don't, eat because it is wasting.
it is happening every day. It's thoda bahut extra hota hai, ma'am, every time. What I no, ma'am, I will not eat. Whatever I have to eat, I'll eat. Otherwise, I will tell even my maids before it is not good. You can throw it directly into the dustbin only.
Right.
Even the maids, I don't.
So again, sitting here, we're not telling you to, put the food in the dustbin. Food is like God. That all we accept. But because of that, don't put things into your stomach unnecessarily. Please give it to some people who really need the food. There are so many people who need food. Stomach is not dustbin. That's an answer for them. Anybody else?
There is a question from Pranuti, ma'am.
Yes, Pranuti.
How do we tackle this weight issue when it comes to the children who are in their teens?
Yeah. If they are gaining weight? If they are gaining weight?
Pranuti, ma'am, can you?
So Pranuti ji, when they don't understand the importance of weight management because they are teens, they are kids, they may not understand. So unke liye we need to use the behavior modification techniques. Behavior modification techniques ko use karna padega. There are so many methods. Rewarding hai, or token economy hai, star method hai. So there are so many other methods which can, and psychoeducation we can do. Psychoeducation, realization. So wo sab kar sakte bachon ke liye. Just to, it's not that they don't want to lose weight, but we need to motivate them. And there is a therapy called MET. MET is Motivation Enhancement Therapy, MET. So MET mein techniques hai. When they say, no, mama, I don't want to lose weight, I don't think I need to lose weight, please roll with the resistance. When someone is resisting, which you want them to do, but they don't want to do, you don't oppose. Don't say that, nay, you need to lose weight. So, aisa bhashan mat dena, lecture mat dena. First, you roll with the resistance. Roll with the resistance and then understand what is making them to say that. And what is a, hurdle for them. What is happening with them. वो सब पकड़ना है आपको. Then after that you need to use the different techniques of MET and behavior modification. Right, Pranuti ji? Thank you. It's very short answer, but yeah, that's what I think crux of it. Anybody else?
No, ma'am.
It was so nice to have very dynamic participants today. They were chatting.
Yes.
I saw a lot of messages when you were talking, and good to have. So I think I am done. Over to Suma.
Before we conclude?
Yes, please.
Yeah, before we conclude, we'd like to talk about who we are, the three of us.
Yeah, very interesting. Because I should tell before they introduce themselves, before 6 months, or it's like before they get into it, definitely three of them are confident, three of them are resourceful, three of them are very good knowledgeable people. But conducting a webinar like this, that to live webinar, you see, live is going on, live is getting into channel, so it's not that easy. It's not, people are not so confident that live webinar kare, है ना, record करके upload करेंगे बोलते, cut करके edit करके, but we are not doing it. These three become so dynamic, so confident after 6 months of diploma. Now they are able to do the live webinar. I was not there in the slides. I don't know what content they were showing. I didn't get into the content, Andy. I was not there at all. First time I was watching the videos here. I didn't watch. I said, you are the owners of this webinar. I will come as a guest. So it was wonderful to see the transformation in these three of them, becoming so confident and, coming in front of you, all, knowledgeable people sitting here. I know most of you, already into the field of psychology, and most of you are, practicing also. So thank you so much, and all the best for your future, three of you. And stay back for their introduction. Yeah, we want to listen from you. All of them want to listen from you.
Seema, go ahead.
Yes, I am I have done.
Stop sharing.
Yes, I had joined Sahaya at Manu Jagriti under Geeta ma'am's mentorship, and it was like 4-5 months back. And that time, actually, in the beginning, I was not very confident that I will really get what I was really searching for, because I have done various psychological counseling diploma also from distance learning and many other courses. I am a postgraduate in human development and childhood studies and MA in psychology from IGNOU. But the experience and the practical hand that I got here was the thing that really I had been searching for. And I now know that I will be, in the coming days, will be a very valuable counselor. That is what I have learned, as Geeta ma'am has told in her words, that it is not only her, the whole of the counselors, the other senior counselors and other members in their Sudisha Counseling Center and Manu Jagriti, everybody is so humble. Just Geeta ma'am makes, tries to give us, just like so humbly she will handle. We will not even know that we are having any pressure. That is so naturally, it is just coming into us. We don't even realize. She takes up, she does it so beautifully. That self-transformation model that she has designed. There are so many other courses into that. This is my first course here. And I am very sure that I will be not leaving Geeta ma'am until, I don't know, I'm there, ma'am. This is what had been my experience. I am really feeling so happy, really, to present this and doing it nicely. That is what we have learned. We can see that we are, when we entered, we were not so confident. I will say we didn't know. Online thing was little something very tedious, very bad, like hard task for me. But now I can see so many things that I have learned during my journey at Sahaya. Thank you so much, Geeta ma'am, and all the other co-counselors and my senior counselors, my everyone. Thank you. Over to Suma, please.
Azhar, go ahead, and then I'll be the last.
I'm Mazhar. I am also a trainee student in Sahaya. So I'm actually an electrical engineer, way away from the psychology background. But when I saw Geeta ma'am's webinar once, and I got attracted so much, then I was waiting when I can learn this. So I joined first this, and then I joined the masters. So I just wanted to share one thing, that in my 10th standard, I went on the stage. I wanted to sing actually, but I could not. I blanked out. That is what I was before this course. After the course was started, after I met Geeta ma'am, I have done 2 webinars and 3 offline what they call lectures. So that is a transformation I had just after meeting Geeta ma'am. I'm not even talking about the course. Courses are very structured level, and it's a higher level. So thank you so much, Geeta ma'am, for this giving this opportunity, for this experience and everything else, ma'am. Thank you so much. Over to Dr. Suma.
Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Suma. I am a dental surgeon and a psychologist. I once was a budding, or still am a budding psychologist. I use Dr. Geeta's techniques to treat patients with orofacial pain. And this is a very important aspect which we've not thought about, because a lot of people come to my clinic and I get a lot of reference, and I can only thank Dr. Geeta for it. Believe me, if I'm able to identify, they come with dental issues, but the issue is actually a lot of underlying issues. And if people are eating a lot of sugars, we need to understand that there are major issues and they are looking for comfort foods. So Dr. Geeta, thank you so much for making me who I am today. I went for a lot of courses, but came back to you finished so many courses with you, and I still will continue to do courses. Thank you so much. And I also thank the team for being with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Suma. Thank you so much. So before we, conclude, Uzma was trying to talk, and I wanted to talk about supervisors also. Uzma, would you like to say something? You were no, you're on mute. You're on mute. हाँ बोलिए.
I'm very, this webinar was very good and something relevant to me. And I learned a lot from today. And one big thing, I'm very happy to hear what Seema said, because I recommended her to join Manojagriti. So I'm really happy that she's, learning and she's liking it.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Uzma. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I think we have Jayashri Nair, who was, who is one of the supervisor for Sahaya, and we have Mr. Veera, but I don't think he's here today. He is, happy mood mein hai wo, to naya aayega aaj. So I want Jayashri to say something. Your students performed, and you are one of the, major factor behind it. Yes, Jayashri.
Ma'am, I'm just kind of a bridge. I just don't say, like, I'm actually very happy to see them like doing so good. I'm like running short of words. I'm very happy the way they were like conducting the whole webinar. Lot of information I was getting from them. So today I'm like on the other side learning from them. A new perspective given towards training, weight training, I never thought of. So I'm very happy, and I always tell them I'm just, whatever I have gained from you, I'm passing on to others. That's all. So, so happy.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And
Conclude.
because
Sabrina wanted to say something.
Sabrina want to say something. Thank you, Jayashri.
Sabrina,
Yeah, I think overall for me, I like the way how you keep on connecting from one slide to the other. For example, picking up from the role play, you were just building on those things with the other slides. It was very like easily understood the way you were trying to bridge in different things. And body types for me like is a new insight. Thank you, Mazhar, for bringing that perspective. So yeah, overall really wonderful. Three of y'all rocked it is the word for me. For you.
Thank you so much. That we really needed it. It was worth all the effort. So to conclude, thank you so much to all the participants for making that time and coming here to attend this and staying this long. A big thank you once again. And before we conclude, let's take this word, remember the word Kaizen, which is a Japanese word for small positive changes, but which are consistent. And I will add to this the 4 F's of life, that is LIF, the big F, E. The 4 F's stand for food, fitness, fun, and friends. So you need food to be fit. You need fun with friends. So we leave you with this 4 F's of life and Kaizen. Good night and thank you so much. We leave you with this one thing. If you have that thing, quote, Mazhar, the quote says, take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live in. Thank you so much once again. Good night. Jai Hind.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Mazhar, we can leave.
I guess, yes, I guess we can leave.
There were a lot of messages. What do we do? I answered quite a bit.
Actually, we have to talk about them, but it is so long that it's almost 2 hours now.
Yeah. All right. Hey, good. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. We did it. It was worth all the effort.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, bye, ma'am. I have to go.
Bye. Good night. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah,
Whoever
thank
put in the chat, thank you so much.